Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5 best graphics cards. Starting at number 5. Nvidia GeForce RTX 3060. Decision to load the RTX 3060 with 12GB of GDDR6 memory appeared a strange one at first. And in many ways it still is. It's more memory than the RTX 3080, after all, albeit slower stuff. And it tops out the RTX 3060 Ti. However, the RTX 3060 wields it well, managing to dispatch the RTX 2060 by a large margin in most games, and by enough of a gap in the rest to make it worthwhile. And we're not going to turn our noses up at 12GB of VRAM when 6GB is the likely alternative. It didn't stop the card from selling out of. Coming at number 4. AMD Radeon RX 6900 XT. The RTX 3090 may have sat unchallenged at the top rungs of graphics performance at launch. But it wouldn't be long until AMD rustled together a challenger in the RX 6900 XT, or Big Navi. The RX 6900 XT hopes to knock Ampere's finest from its perch on high and send it spiraling back down to earth. And it gets kind of close, too, with 4K performance a little off the pace of the RTX 3090. And all for 1/3 off the asking price. For that reason, it's simply the better buy for any PC gamer without any ulterior motives of the procreator variety. But there's a reason it's not number 1 in our graphics card guide today. And that's simply due to the fact it's not that much better than an RTX 3080, and sometimes not at all. With a $350 price premium over the RX 6800 XT, the RX 6900 XT offers little return on your sizable investment. The RX 6900 XT is 53% more expensive than the RX 6800 XT yet offers just 25% more performance in games. At number 3. Nvidia GeForce RTX. The best value Ampere to date, the RTX 3060 Ti is very closely related to the RTX 3070. Both utilize the same GA104 GPU, the RTX 3060 Ti has fewer SMs enabled, with the same 8GB of GDDR6 memory across a 256-bit bus, while 17% less capable in core count than its pricier sibling. The RTX 3060 Ti makes up for it with some judicious GPU boost frequencies. That partially explains why the RTX 3060 Ti can be within 17% to just single digits off the pace of the RTX 3070, despite operating at a silicon disadvantage. Not bad for a $399 card, if you can find it for that price. There's exceptional 1080p and 1440p performance in a tiny package here, the likes of which would have set you back something close to twice as much cash a couple of years ago. And that's pretty great. Number 2 of my list. AMD Radeon RX 6800 XT. As a red team alternative to Nvidia's high-end graphics cards, there have been few finer than the RX 6800 XT. A highly competitive card that comes so close to its rival, with a nominal performance differential to the RTX 3080. Is truly an enthusiast card worth consideration for any PC gamer with 4K in their sights. The RX 6800 XT was the first of AMD's RDNA 2 GPUs to enter the fray. And while we've had plenty of other cards since, this is the one that shines brighter than most and makes the most sense financially. At least it does if you consider its MSRP. And with AMD's GPUs returning to reasonable price levels quicker than Nvidia's, this could actually give the red team the edge in the short term. That means AMD has Nvidia's 10GB RTX 3080 on the ropes in terms of capacity but falls slightly behind in raw bandwidth to the RTX 3080's 760GB per second. AMD has an ace up its sleeve in throughput terms in the form of its Infinity Cache, which bolsters the card's effective bandwidth. And number 1. Nvidia GeForce RTX. Okay, right now, the RTX 3080 is rare as pigeon eyelashes. But there is no doubt Nvidia's new RTX 3080 is the best graphics card today. It represents a huge generational performance boost over the previous RTX 20 series. That's impressive when put up against either the RTX 2080 or 2080 Super. But when you consider that this nominally $699 card cannot just match but massively outperform the $1,200 RTX 2080 Ti, it really hits home. The thing which really stands out from our testing is the difference it makes to ray tracing performance. And hey, the RTX 3080 can actually run Crysis. Nvidia has managed this by adding a whole load more CUDA cores to the mix in this 8nm GPU, and updated Tensor cores for extra DLSS goodness, and 2nd-gen RT cores to make with the ray-traced pretties. Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.